I mean, the best thing I ever did was get divorced. It was such a critical decision. And I wrestled with that because I tried breaking up with him before I had my youngest.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I tried breaking up with him. I had Dylan, and I was like really wrestling with, do I leave Dylan with him or do I just go?
And being a mother at
And
17.
being a stepmom.
A stepmom at 17.
Stepmom at 17, and then having my own child at 21, and then I'm just like, at 24, I was like, this is fucking crazy. Like, I can't continue. I'm not getting any support. Like, and nothing is going the way I want it to. I'd express my goals and my dreams and my desires, and it's like always met with hostility, negativity. You're not fucking doing that. That's too much. You dream too big. Why can't you just settle? Like,
You're not a settling girl.
Fucking chance in hell am I gonna settle? Are you kidding me? No. Not a fucking chance in hell. And I was like, we don't want the same thing. So in that conversation of like, we need to fucking break up, I was like, okay, fine. We won't break up, but I will give it 2 years. And if things do not change in 2 years, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who held her fucking principles? In 2 years, having another child. Bye.
Dude.
As it really became, the questions really became, what am I teaching my children by staying? What am I teaching them if I stay? And if I settle, what am I teaching my kids? That I should just settle and be okay.
Yeah.
That was a pivotal moment for me as a child, essentially, mother, a 21-year-old mother who was like, okay, well, what the fuck?
You were young.
And I had number 2 at 27, and I was just like, and nothing, like, despite my very best efforts, and like, despite my very best efforts trying to give the man who said he always wanted a family and he always wanted to do this, that, and the other thing, despite my very best efforts, I could not get that man to provide us with a home, a house. He wanted one so badly. He wanted one so badly because he wanted a garage. And I was like, great. Well, if you want to stay in your job, I will go find a job that makes me a buttload of money. Oh no, we can't do that because you can't watch the kids anymore. And what do you mean I have to go pick them up from daycare? And what do you mean I have to be around more? What the fuck do you mean I'm not doing that? Why are you traveling for work? You're always going to be gone. You're going to find somebody else. It's like, brother, you keep putting that shit out there and that is going to come true.
Yeah.
And I was like, you need to stop.
He spoke it into existence.
He really did. He really did.
He really did. He was giving you a roadmap.
Yeah. And what is crazy,
not that you didn't have your own.
Right.
But
what's crazy is like the more I talk about stuff that has happened or like can happen, man, I realize how fucking magical I actually am.
You really are. Like, dude, with your husband now. And yeah, he's nothing like your first husband at all. No. He adores you. He worships you.
Yeah.
He wants to be a partner. And
he wants to be supportive, which I appreciate. And I give him the room to feel into himself and like figure out the things. Because, I mean, 10 years ago, he was a different dude. I mean, he lived downstairs 10 years ago.
Yes.
He was fucking scared of everything. And now he is a lot more open and comfortable and like, he's not like 100%.
And he gives really good hugs like you.
He does give really good hugs. He's way different than he was 10 years ago. And I think that's just giving him the space to allow him to be who he is without having to hide or please somebody else.
Yeah.
And, really getting him to understand, like, it's safe to do that.
Yeah.
And it's, you don't have to, if these things make you uncomfortable, you do not have to do them. If these situations make you uncomfortable, you do not have to subject yourself to them.
That's
boundaries.
Good. Yeah, boundaries.
Like, I'm not going to fucking sit here and take this shit, so you can if you want, but I'm not gonna. No. Not happening.
You can roll with me, but I'm not conforming to anybody.
No, not a fucking chance.
Oh, because I'll say, like, the best decision I made was not getting married, and I stand by it.
Good for you.
That would have been a disaster.
'Cause
Nuclear.
You would have married Phil.
Yeah. But now marriage scares me. Like I don't
Should.
want to get married because I don't want to lose my social security and
Right.
like because it's like when you're disabled,
can-
it's your livelihood.
You could be somebody's beneficiary of their life insurance.
Oh,
policy.
absolutely.
You want to take care of me like that, please.
Absolutely.
Take care of the hefty life insurance policy.
Yes.
Make sure it covers everything.
Yes.
From emergency
Evil cackles.
from emergency to self-deletion, please make sure it covers everything.
Yes. Absolutely.
So bad.
Relationships are, I don't know, dude.
They're a lot.
They're a lot.
They're a lot. And there really is something to be said for living alone.
It is peaceful.
It's the energetic thing that we talked about earlier is like you living with a man, you have to
Work.
Well, you have to work. You also have to you have to protect your own energy. You can't just fully and
Enmeshment was one of my schemas.
Oh, somebody else was talking to me about schemas when I was away last week.
Dude.
And I found it really fascinating.
It
I was like,
is.
oh, okay.
Yeah. The core beliefs.
Yeah, and I forgot what they said. Theirs was wrapped into
There's a bunch of them.
which is okay. I don't need to talk about their stuff.
Yeah.
But I was just
No,
like,
totally.
oh, that phrase was just literally in my head because you and I had talked about it.
Yes.
A few days prior.
Yes. No, it's, yeah. You gotta stay your own person and not, because like me in the past, like making decisions because you don't want to rock the boat or you just want to make them happy. And now, no, you have to make yourself happy.
Mm-hmm. You are the prime. You are the prime reason for your own happiness. You are the only person that can make you happy.
Yes.
It's
I think, yeah.
Putting the reins of your career or trajectory of your life into someone else's hands, and just handing them the control is fucking crazy.
That's what I've done up until now.
I had and I don't remember if this is a dream or a hallucinogenic journey.
Totally.
But I do remember the scene, and it was like riding a horse and buggy carriage. So
I love that.
So like there is the horses that are pulling this carriage, and you're sitting in the fucking driver's seat, but you're not holding the reins, and there's somebody else, a figure,
Yeah,
whatever, like a non-existent figure that's there that's clearly got the reins, and like they drop, and like, do you allow them to pick up the reins, or do you fucking take the reins yourself and to like be your own driving force in your life? And I do remember that, like, that was really
powerful.
It was really powerful. It was really critical, and like getting the understanding that I was in control. Like I needed to take the reins of my own life and manifest destiny, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's an aha moment right there.
Mm-hmm.
When I was had that imagery in my head, I pictured me and my future dude each picking up a rein, like each taking one and driving together. I know.
Interesting.
I know.
You gotta find someone that's well matched for you then.
Yes. Well, and like, I think I told you, like, something like I saw a meme that was like self-regulation shows you who you are. So it's going to be a surprise to everybody, including me. You know, for real, no bullshit. And I'm here for it.
Let's go.
I'm fucking here for it.
Let's go.
Giddy up, bitches.
That's super interesting.
Totally. Yeah. We're super interesting. And we hope that you think we're interesting too.
No kidding.
Viewers out there, future viewers, manifesting listeners.
Because we're not on camera yet, because I think Sarah's camera shy.
I'd do it. I don't know. Depends. You know all the rules.
I don't know the rules. We just need to make sure.
We
we're
gotta
not-
make sure we're not gonna get sued.
That's pretty much it.
I don't have assets, but you do.
Right. Well, technically, I don't. Nothing's in my name. I don't have anything. I have
No
nothing.
comment.
I have nothing. I just had a really random thought. I wonder if, so like in the United States, at least in Wisconsin, you can buy a property and like put it in a business name, but like if you put it under a church name, like there's no,
Non-profit.
it's not, well, it's a
Tax
church, it's
free.
non-taxable. So I'm like, I'm just had a sudden thought, like,
Right.
is there a possibility to buy a place and put it under a church in Europe? Is
Holy
that a thing?
shit.
Because I'm an ordained minister.
Yeah, you
and
are.
I could do that. I need to look into that, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love when things pop in your brain like that. Isn't that amazing? And just being centered and at peace enough to absorb it. That's what I'm grateful for.
Getting into that energetic space.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Totally. And with my Etsy store,
Did you
That-
open it?
I didn't open it yet, but
Ooh.
I figured out the shipping and I have to figure out taxes because I don't
Okay.
know how to do that stuff. But I will.
Will.
Yes.
Absolutely will.
Yes, that or OnlyFans. We'll see which one works.
I mean, you could.
Me and Keanu talked about it.
I mean, I think the profitability for both
Is huge.
is there. You know?
Especially with the age thing with like the stepmommy.
Oh, God, that's so weird.
It's weird because it's a fetish, but not for me. Age is just a number. But, oh, like this lady says, I watch her. Shout out to Karen's Intuitive Jewelry because she solders crystals, and that's what I do. And she'll say, and I left my something like, if you want to get me a coffee, Jess, we have to figure out that. Like, if you want to get us a coffee, that's how like Karen's Intuitive Jewelry gets tips. Tips without nip slips. Yeah. We'll just put our Cash App.
I need to have that sauna and hot tub shit back in my life on a regular basis because I went.
Yeah,
to
you
that-
had a hot tub, I thought.
We do. It's currently disconnected because we need a computer panel and a concrete pad, which we didn't
Ugh.
have before. So it's kind of a
Okay.
mess. But, man, I felt like really bloated going into that girls' weekend and like going back and forth between different sources of heat. Oh, and then I walked every day with the girls and like, in the bitter fucking cold, but I still like went out and like
It's good for you.
it was so good. It's so good.
Mhm.
I feel like out here there's nowhere for me because I live 5.5 miles outside of town. There's nowhere for me to walk that's safe
True.
unless it's my property.
And
Unless
you're probably sick of it.
I am kind of sick of
Like,
my property.
sick of it. Like, I
I
want to
love it.
see something new.
Well, I love it and it's beautiful, but there's nowhere for me to go. There's no destination for me to go.
Except, what are you going to walk to Shavers? Gonna get a
There's nothing there.
liverwurst?
Get a sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm fairly certain none of the people who work there like me.
Fuck those hoes. Fuck those hoes.
That is always
Yep.
that has always been like it's literally since I moved in to that area. And like every time I walk in there, like the stank face. There's only one lady who was like kind of nice to me.
Yeah.
Well, the owner was kind of nice to me when she figured out who I was.
Yeah.
But one of the ladies was nice to me, but I would come and like put my stuff in there because I worked for the town. So I would put mine. It was one of our notification spots. Was like it's a public location and
Yeah.
it's literally the only fucking public facing business in our town, which is crazy. But there's nothing there. There's literally a single stop sign. Well, it's a 4-way stop, but a
Mhm.
single stop sign, and you know there is a
The vegetable
gas station
stand.
and a vegetable stand across the street. Like,
No, this is too country for you.
right.
And I think I'm a closeted city girl.
Yeah.
I really am.
The stars keep me in the country here, but while I was in Europe, we flew into Berlin, and we flew in at night. And what I thought was so fascinating is that it wasn't super bright.
Hmm.
It wasn't super bright at all. Like,
Weird.
is this a city? I mean, there's lights and you can see, but it's not crazy like it is in America.
I
where
hate LED lights.
It's
I
neon.
hate
LED.
LED lights.
They're awful.
And they change the light bulbs. Ugh,
Yeah, they
I
changed
hate
the,
it. They
the-
change everything.
and it's really detrimental to the wildlife migration patterns and everything else because it fucks up the thing. But I did notice when we were flying in, I even commented to Carl, like, this is cool, like, because you could still, we were in whatever town my friend lives in southern Germany, because we would sit out on the porch at night and like yap until it was time to go to bed. But we're sitting out there and like their streets are lit, we can see the stars, and they live in a small city.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's a small town. I think it's like 85,000 people or like whatever, but I'm still a fair amount
That's
of
a
people.
lot. Like, dude, we have what?
You would not think there is that many people in the town that he lives in. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, the first place they lived was like 300,000. I was like, really? Because he took us there. And we went to the market and like he took us up the mountain and we hiked and like did some cool shit. And we were in his old neighborhood. And I was like, this is really fucking cool. You wouldn't think there's that many people in that city.
Wow.
It is like, it's so well organized, and like public transit is accessible and cheap. So cheap. And I'm like, I was actually just talking public transit with my son's friend. The boys came over, Dylan and Brandon, because Ralph's not doing good. So they wanted to come and say, hello. Goodbye.
Yes.
But I haven't seen Brandon in a while in case he travels for work and whatever, and he's been going to Germany. He's like, sick of public transit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I understand, like, when you want to leave somewhere, you just want to leave. So not having the option of not having a car, but, like, being able to, like, hop on a train, hop on a bus,
That
like,
would
you're
be
in a
so
fucking city.
great.
It was awesome while I was there. Like, I understand, like, the buses and the trains and the trams, and, like, it's everything is a little different, but, like, the accessibility, and it's like you just walk, it's right there. Like, I think my friend lived like a mile and a half from the train station.
You could
We
go
walked
anywhere.
back and forth, like it wasn't that far, and it took like, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, whatever. There's stuff to see along the way. We walked along the river, like there's things to see
Beautiful.
and do
Yes.
and shop and like interact with the fucking street cats and like
Yeah. Oh.
dude, the cats were obsessed. There was a house we would walk past in Heitertheim where my friends live, and they must have had like 9 kittens. Like,
Yeah.
they were fucking cute.
Oh.
They were super cute. I think there was like 2 different letters because some were a little older and some were much younger. But they would like come out to the street and be like, hey, and like flop around and like run around your legs.
And I love how, like, I don't know, 90 Day Fiance I watch or whatever.
Oh,
like,
right.
all the cats, they're welcome. People aren't like, I think Americans are just evil people. Legit, no bullshit.
That is a whole
Another thing.
whole treasure trove of
Yes.
bullshit that we can go through. Have you ever read the book? It's 400 years. It's a history of the United States, and I probably got it wrong. 400 years. I will find it on my Audible, but I've listened to this book twice, and it was fantastic. But it talks about how America was founded like as a nation of waste people. They would like sweep people off the streets of Europe, the undesirables, people who were like
The whores and the
well,
yeah.
addicted to drugs, useless
Prostitutes, not
drunks.
whores.
Well, not even them. It was more like people who were living in the streets.
Yes.
Homeless folks. So they would
like LA now.
right. So they would round these people up because they didn't want to see this on the street. So they'd round these people up and be like, oh, we're going to go start a new life in America. You have religious freedom and whatever the fuck else. But they'd send these very unequipped people over who were not craftsmen, who didn't have their shit together, who couldn't,
Change, yeah.
couldn't get, whatever the situations were, obviously.
Change a light bulb if they were invented yet.
Right.
That's what
There wasn't any, like, circumstantially, they weren't able to, like, find wealth. I mean, it could have been very much the same as it is today, where
Yeah.
everybody's in fucking danger of losing a place to live because people suck.
Yes.
But whatever the case was, they're on the streets. So they picked up all these people off the streets, criminals, homeless, whatever, sent them to America. And
Yeah.
these were the people who have quote unquote founded, not necessarily founded, but like started the population here.
Yeah.
So, and like it by design, you have people who come in and want to govern and rule, and like, we're going to do this and you're going to conform. And we were fucked from the get go. We were fucked from the get go.
And disgusting from the get-go
Yeah.
because this nation was built on slavery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah, there was something somebody was talking about on TikTok about how like what we're seeing and like how they're treating people, and like going back to the Epstein thing and like talking about women and these slave owners and whatever, they would take advantage of these slave girls who were like 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. It's the same shit.
It's the
that
same
happened
thing. Mar-a-Lago.
Right,
Yeah.
250 years ago.
Yeah.
We're rocking the same shit, and these same people are in fucking control. Like, they all need to be sent to a firing squad, in my
Yeah,
humble opinion. They
totally.
can all eat a 9mm.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
that's the solution.
Absolutely. Yeah, it is. I concur wholeheartedly.
And I am a peace-loving knight, but also like,
But yeah, but you still have to fight the darkness. You
But
have to
also, like-
protect the light.
you have to like.
Not out of spite, but
There
because
was-
it's what's right.
There was a really great interview. If you get a chance to see Club Shay Shay and Kevin Gates, I think Kevin Gates is a rapper, but he just talked about how he just talked about a situation in his life. He's like, if you touch a child, you should fucking die.
Yes.
If you rape a woman, you should fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
End of discussion.
Period.
Point blank, the end. That is it. And it was said like it fucked up whoever his name was, the interviewer was like kind of like pearl clutching about it. He's like, oh, what? You know,
How can you argue with that?
no,
You can't.
nope,
Because if they did it once, they're going to do it again.
yep,
Just like I like dick, they like that. And period.
yep.
Period. It's
Blah.
no, there's no cure for that.
Nope.
There's no cure.
There's a 9mm solution.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
there's a 9mm solution.
Totally.
Every
I-
single one of them.
Oh, it's so
That's going to drop the
gross.
population. They wanted to drop the population. That will
There
do
you
it.
go.
That will do it.
Oh,
That is a very positive solution for a very shitty problem. We're in a manifesting, right?
Yeah.
So we're working on this.
bibbity bobbity boop. Totally.
Bippity boppity.
Boop.
Did you ever feel as a child like somebody told you like, oh, this is the world, this is just the way it is? And did you ever feel like, no, that's not. If it is currently, it will not be in my future. I will change the fucking world.
It's weird that you asked this because on Thursday I had this thought. I used to lay in bed as a child and think, where am I? But really, where am I? Where am I? Like, I was aware of death. I was aware of like the cosmos.
And
I'm
you
like-
say it when you were a child, like, how old are we talking?
Probably like kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
just like, where am I really? And it would freak the fuck out of me.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it's weird saying, like, because I've never, like, thought about, like, saving the world or changing the world or anything like that. Like, I always just wanted, like, a husband and a house.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of how I was groomed, or not groomed, but that's the American way.
That was the expectation, societal expectation.
Yes, totally. Or, like, that's what I don't know. But then I wanted to be a nurse
Mm-hmm.
and all this stuff, and I didn't want kids or blah blah blah. But it's so crazy because Thursday I'm like, holy shit, I've had that thought forever.
Hmm.
Like, where are we really?
Right.
Where are we? Where do I go? Where did I come from? That's pretty profound for a kid to think, don't you think?
I was just listening to something about people's souls coming online at like a later age. So
Mm.
you're not in it from birth. Like you have a different soul occupying your body from birth to whatever age.
Mhm.
And then at whatever age you have this new set of consciousness, like where like suddenly coming into this body, like where am I?
Yes.
What's happening? What's going on around me? What is my like what is this?
Mhm.
So that's very interesting that you said that. That is something I did not know, because they were talking about how souls, like, you may not have the same one through your
whole life.
life.
I think I do. I know I do. I don't know. Or it's probably connected to like when kids are like, what happens when we die? You know what I'm saying? But like to think of it on that level, like that's how I think of it now. No one knows. My mom said it good. She's like, I'm like, do you believe in heaven? And she's like, I hope so. Like, it'd be nice if there was. You know, I hope this isn't it.
I feel like and maybe this is me being a little insane or a little just too knowing other things.
Mhm.
I feel like the concept of heaven and hell is too limiting for the vastness and expansiveness that actually exists.
Totally.
That most humans do not and cannot
Fathom it.
comprehend, because it would literally stop them.
We would explode.
Yes.
Like the
Yes.
thought of God, goddesses, everything is so big. And then after losing Adam, when he overdosed, I wasn't afraid of death anymore because I knew I had a best friend on the other side. It's weird. And like that brought me peace. And it sounds fucked up to say that, but I know he's with me.
I saw my friend the other day.
You did?
It'll be a year on Friday. I was talking to my sister last night, and I had to share with her. He's actually popped into my dreams twice in probably the last month.
Yeah.
Which it's been a really long time since he's been in my dreams. I think it was since he was on this side of the dirt. Because I would dream about him all the time. Like, we were connected in dream. And it was really weird. But he, this last time, I saw him, like, we were at like a market situation, and I was going to be making some food and whatever else, and I happened to see him like across the way, and like he had a smile on, and like his hat, his signature glasses, and like he was very fashionable, very much fashionista, which I fucking love. That he was very much authentically himself, which is what I think he loved about me.
Totally.
Is because like he told me he
Kindred
loved me
spirits.
all the time. And he was very much like a brother to me, like a good brother.
Yeah.
And we're like a year apart, but yeah, he was so great. But yeah, he just like, I saw him across the way, he waved, and he had like a crystal or something in his hand, and it looked like he had the crystal and was like pointing it up, and it was like the acknowledgement between us, like, I know, we know we're not, like, I know I'm dead. Like, I know, like, we can't say that because he'll go away. Because the dream will end. So it was the acknowledgement. And then I like lost him in the crowd because I was doing something else. Oh, goosebumps. But yeah, I got to see him. So that was really cool. And I was really happy.
That's deep.
So.
Ghosties all day. No, totally. Like, no, Adam, I got pneumonia because like the stress of everything and that. And I got pneumonia, and I was laying on the couch sick, and he sat down and put his hand on my leg and was like, it'll be okay. We were connected when he was alive.
Yeah.
We were.
Yeah. I feel like he's like a soul brother,
Yeah.
He's there, and he could hit my soul with whatever he played in music. Like, he hit whether it was him solo or when he played with his friend, they could like reach in and like pull at those soul connections.
Yeah.
And it was just, and I don't know how they did it. Oh, so good.
Chef's kiss.
So good.
Chef's kiss. Man. Suicide sucks.
It sure does.
I don't know. I think they're angels. That's what I think.
My friend told, so he is in the waves, he's in the sound waves.
Mhm.
And he managed to get that message to his sister through a psychic. Not even shitting you.
I
Like,
believe you.
and
yeah.
I have chills now because it was like, hey, sister. And like, I know how he says it because he said it to me too. Because I was his sister from another mister.
And
like,
energy. Yeah.
like, yeah.
Electricity.
Yeah. And I remember like when she said that, like the message that she got from that lady, I got full body chills because I was like, that was absolutely him. She had no way of fucking knowing that
Wow.
the psychic lady had no way of knowing. And she said that, and my alarms all up. Like, yeah, that's him. So
Clarity.
he rides the sound waves now, and it is like
It's kind of beautiful.
It's incredible.
Oh. Yeah.
I miss him. I think about him all the time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I thought the second year was the hardest. Yeah. I'm glad that he found you.
Me too.
It's comforting. Do you ever smell him? No.
No, I saw energetically. I catch him though.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a rave a couple of months ago. I ended up going by myself. I don't remember if Carl was at home. Oh, I don't think he was home. I think he was on a school trip with the kids. I don't know. He was not home. I went, and like I'm on the dance floor, and I like to get up close to the big speakers. Like,
fuck yeah.
I love the
fuck
bass.
Yeah.
I'm front right always, and out of the corner of my eye, I catch him and his energy, and like he's taller than me, and like in his black, members only jacket and his fucking chains, in my heart about fucking stopped.
Oh.
And I was like, holy shit, like he was right here and enjoying it, and I was like, oh my god, like I was not prepared.
And it sucks because then it hits you when it's over that they're gone.
Yeah,
that's what sucks to me the most. Like it's beautiful, but then it's like, come back. Yeah.
I've asked him to like help guide, do the things, help me.
Yeah.
You know what I want, help me. He's in my studio. I call pictures of him in my studio. He's on my altar.
Nice. Yeah, my whole like house is basically like a shrine of my uncle. He was so cool. So cool.
I think I remember meeting him when I think it was like we were like right out of high school, like late teens, early 20s. I think I was living in Big Bend with Fred. I think that's when I met him.
Probably right before he went to prison.
Yeah.
He didn't belong there.
Yeah, and I don't even know. Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like briefly, and then
life. Like, yeah, it was crazy. But I'm glad he's dancing around the moon. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I can just see him like smiling on his face. It's not him, but it's still his eyes and his smile. And I just see like around the moon. Like he's jamming.
That's great.
Totally. I know, like, I don't know. I don't know when I was like, in that like Bible study with my ex-boyfriend's mother and sister-in-law.
What?
Yeah, we will not today.
That is a pin.
But I was
for
like,
later.
right?
Wow.
But I was like really like I would say, I don't know if that's like sacrilegious to say. And that's the opposite of sacrilegious. That is the most beautiful thing to say.
Yeah.
The afterlife will never understand it because we can't comprehend it, but I think it's going to be beautiful.
It's an energy can only pains me. It doesn't go away. It's
21 grams.
it's funny. I had a friend die a few years back from an overdose, and it was heartbreaking for so many people because
Kids.
he didn't have any kids, but he was this fucking lover, like lover, human, loved his people, loved literally everybody. I mean, the guy didn't have a bad fucking bone in his body, and he was so well loved, and like
Yeah.
he was just an incredible human. But like when he died, it was an overdose, which one sucks in itself. But I had the immediate notion that his soul was needed somewhere else on the planet. Like
Wow.
immediately, he was going somewhere else. Like he was done here. Like whatever his job was done here. Like his mission was missioned, like, and he was needed. Like that energy that he brought was needed somewhere else on the planet. And I have had a lot of people die over the years in my life. I have never had that thought about literally anyone or anything, even my friend.
Wow.
You know, like it was immediately
like a cosmic understanding.
a cosmic understanding. Like he is reincarnated somewhere on this planet. And I
Yeah.
knew that. I know that. Where? Don't fucking know.
You just do.
I just know.
That is spirituality. You just know.
I just know. Being in tune with the more I learn, and like the more I learn, the less I know.
Yeah,
one.
totally.
But holy fuck. But also the more understanding, like, and probably the crazier I sound.
Oh, that was like my tarot reading yesterday. It was, you're not a project. You're not a project. Your anxiety is your obstacle, and you're done figuring it out. Just be you.
Being authentically you is literally the key to so many things.
And yeah, because like I've tried to find, a husband. I've tried to be happy. I'm not going to get there if I'm focused on it. And then I'm not focused on it.
Just let it sit and marinate and just like let it be. Just let it be. Let it be its thing.
And let it be Keanu. He's so cute.
Girl.
Regardless.
We're going to come back to him.
Yes. Update. And
these
I'm like,
fucking
dude,
men.
watch it be like, oh, well, I have to stay and do 60 days.
You know what?
The thing wrong with those rehabs is they take you out of your environment for 30 days, 28 fucking days, whatever it is. Then you come home to your toxic environment.
Yeah.
How are you going to succeed?
Do you have tools?
He needs
combat
to
these
do
triggers.
like what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
I think the reason I'm doing this now, I never did treatment.
I think you should tell anybody who will listen about it, because I think like the stuff that you tell me that you're learning and like coming to understanding is incredible. And what did we have to give us this? No foundation.
Not
None.
East Troy Community School District.
Don't let them hear that.